There are seasons in life where everything feels like it's falling apart. Doors close, people walk away, opportunities disappear, prayers feel like they're hitting the ceiling, and you sit there, alone, wondering, God, where are you? Why are you so silent? Why are you letting this happen? What did I do wrong? And the enemy whispers, see, he left you. He's ignoring you. You're forgotten. You're not chosen. You're not enough. But heaven is shouting something completely different today. And you need to hear this, that silence was never abandonment. That silence was never rejection. That silence was never a no. That silence was protection, was positioning, was God working in places you couldn't see, preparing something you wouldn't even believe if He showed you. God was closing doors, because behind those doors were betrayals you didn't know about. God was removing people, because He heard conversations about you that you never heard. God was blocking opportunities because what looked like a blessing was actually a trap. You called it loss. God calls it deliverance. You called it rejection. God calls it protection. You thought it was the end. God calls it positioning for something much bigger. Listen, there are blessings so big, so heavy, so public, so undeniable that you can't carry them with wrong people, wrong environments, wrong mindsets, and wrong connections. The silence wasn't because God left you. It was because He was hiding you while He was building what's next. Heaven heard conversations you didn't hear. Heaven saw betrayals you never saw. Heaven knew what you didn't know, and instead of exposing you to it, God closed it. God ended it. God protected you. And what you're about to walk into is so big, so glorious, so mind-blowing that even your enemies, even the people who doubted you, even those who whispered, it's over for them, will have to stand back and say, this could only be God. This was God. The closed doors, the painful goodbyes, the sudden shifts, the isolation. None of it was a coincidence. None of it was a punishment. It was all preparation for something so much greater. You're not being buried. You're being planted. You're not forgotten. You're being hidden for a season of public favor and glory. And when God says now, doors open that no man can shut. Favor flows in ways that make no sense. Opportunities come back, multiplied, restored, elevated, because what's coming is too big to be hidden, is too powerful to be stopped, is too glorious to be denied. Type it now in the comments. God's silence wasn't rejection. It was protection for the glory that's coming. Share this with someone who needs to understand. The silence wasn't God abandoning you. It was God preparing you for something you can't even imagine yet. Like this video, if you believe that when God removes, it's only because something greater is coming. You've cried, you've begged, you've prayed prayers that nobody heard but God, and you thought, nothing is moving. Nothing is happening. Maybe I'm forgotten. Maybe it's over for me. But let me tell you something straight from heaven today. God was never ignoring you. God was never punishing you. God was protecting you. Because what's coming is so big, so heavy, so glorious. It couldn't be carried with what you used to have. The isolation was preparation. The delay was protection. The rejection was redirection, away from destruction. The silence was God working in rooms you couldn't enter yet. What's about to happen in your life will not make sense. What's about to fall into your hands will not match your qualifications. The doors that are about to open are doors that no human can shut. Listen to me. This is the moment where the shift happens. This is where everything changes. This is the moment where your name leaves the back room and hits the front where God always intended it to be. You are about to step into a season of public favor, a season of visible glory, a season where people won't have to wonder what's happening, because they will see it. The same people who whispered, "It's over for them," will have to say, "This was God." The same people who counted you out will have to watch as God counts you in front of everyone. What God is doing, no hater can block, no demon can cancel, no person can delay. Because when God says now, everything must move. The earth aligns, heaven releases, and even hell trembles. And let me tell you something even deeper. God hid you because the oil on your life is too precious to be exposed to wrong hands, wrong mouths, and wrong environments. He covered you while he prepared the stage. He isolated you while he built the blessing. He kept you quiet while he was preparing to make your name echo in places you never even imagined. And now the heavens are opening, now favor is raining, now the shift begins, and nothing, I said nothing, can stop what God has set in motion. Type it now in the comments. Nothing can stop what God has set in motion for my life. This is my season. Share this with someone who feels stuck, who feels forgotten, and let them know the silence was not punishment. The delay was not denial. God was preparing the breakthrough. Like this video, if you believe that God is about to show you why the silence had to happen, because what's coming is going to leave you speechless. Listen closely. Every tear you cried, every night you felt forgotten, every closed door, every moment of silence. It was never wasted. Not a single second was in vain. God was building what you couldn't see, and now the heavens declare it's time. The season of silence is over. The season of hiddenness is over. The season of waiting is over. What God is about to release, it will be too big to hide, too public to deny, too powerful for anyone to take credit but Him. The same people who said it's over for them will have to say, this could only be God. The same ones who gossiped, mocked, laughed, will be forced to watch how God lifts you so high that even they can't explain it. Listen, this is your shift. This is the season where the pain turns into power, where the loss turns into favor, where the silence turns into celebration, and where the world gets to witness God's hand all over your life. And the most beautiful part? When it happens, when God does it, you will stand there with tears in your eyes, not because of the pain, but because of the overwhelming goodness and faithfulness of God. You'll say, if I had known what God was building, I would have never cried over what He removed. You'll say, if I had known what was coming, I would have thanked Him for every door He closed. The pain wasn't punishment, it was preparation. The isolation wasn't rejection, it was protection. The silence wasn't God ignoring you, it was God working in secret. And now it's time. The heavens are opening, the shift is here, the favor is falling, the doors are unlocking, and what's about to happen will leave you speechless. The world will have to say, this was God, only God, forever God. Type it now in the comments. The world will see, this was God, only God, forever God. Share this word with someone who needs to hear it, someone who needs to understand that the storm wasn't meant to break them. It was meant to prepare the way for glory. Like this video, if you believe that everything God removed was just to make room for something greater, bigger, and so powerful that it could only be God. Listen. There's a moment when the enemy goes completely silent, not because he gave up, but because even hell realizes we can't stop what God is about to do. When heaven declares now, there is no demon, no curse, no betrayal, no delay, no power on earth or hell that can stop what God has set in motion. The same mouths that spoke against you will have to shut and watch God bless you in front of them. The same people who tried to sabotage you will have to sit and watch as God launches you into a level they cannot touch. The same doors that were slammed shut in your face are about to swing open, with doors so big, so supernatural, that the world will have to say, this could only be God. And this is not just about breakthrough, it's about public restoration. It's about God making an open statement. I never left you. I was always working. And now, the world will see it. The shift that's coming won't just be felt. It will be seen. It will be heard. It will be impossible to deny. This isn't a private miracle. This isn't a silent blessing. This is a public announcement from heaven. I am faithful. Type it now in the comments. The world will see. This was God. The enemy can't stop it. The world can't deny it. Share this with someone who needs to know. God is not done. He's just getting started. Let me tell you something that will shake your spirit. What God is about to release is bigger than what you prayed for. You asked for restoration. God is bringing restoration plus multiplication. You asked for an open door. God is opening doors you never even knew existed. You asked for healing. God is releasing healing, favor, and a testimony so big that others will be healed through your story. You thought you lost time. God says, I'm about to redeem the years the enemy stole. You thought you missed your chance. God says, no, child, you're right on time for what I'm about to do. You thought it was over. But God is laughing at the plans of the enemy because what's coming is too big to be stopped. And when it happens, you will stand there with tears in your eyes, hands lifted, and say, I didn't even know to pray for this. I couldn't have imagined this. This is more than I asked for, more than I dreamed, only God. The favor is going to be visible. The breakthrough will be undeniable. The blessing will be so big that even your haters will have to admit, this was God. Type it now in the comments. What God is preparing is greater than anything I prayed for. I receive it. Share this with someone who needs to be reminded. Your prayers weren't ignored. God was preparing something even bigger. Like this video if you believe that what's coming will leave you speechless, because it could only be God.